Former Vice President Mike Pence is trying to rewrite the Constitution, trying to rewrite history by claiming that Christians essentially have a right to force their religion on everyone else.
These lefties want to scrap religion, Mike Pence, and I think it's a terrible mistake.
Right. Well, the radical left believes the freedom of religion is the freedom from religion. But it's nothing the American founders ever thought of or generations of Americans fought to defend. You know, I said today here in Houston that the source of our nation's greatness has always been our faith in God, our freedom, and our vast natural resources. And the good news is that after 4 years of the Trump-Pence administration, I'm confident that we have a pro-religious freedom majority on the Supreme Court of the United States. And I'm confident that come Election Day, November the 8th, you're going to see that freedom majority around the country turn out and vote pro-freedom majorities in the House and in the Senate and in state houses around the country. So stay tuned, Larry. Help is on the way.
Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Oh, is that same help, applied to the people who tried to murder you on January 6th? I'm never going to let him forget about that. Again, these are the people that chanted, "Hang Mike Pence."
Mike Pounds.
Hang Mike Pence. But I must have been hanging my pants. Sorry. I must have gotten that, chant confused. But, okay, whatever, right? What I'm saying, same kind of people, Christian nationalists. And that's exactly what you're caping for if you're Mike Pence. Now, I will give him credit on one thing. He did get something correct. The fact that we have vast natural resources. Yeah, that's kind of where some of our economic power had come from. But you know what? What he leaves out is the workers, the people that had actually helped create that power. Workers, working class people, labor unions, people getting together. And, he leaves that out, of course. So let's get to the important thing, though, where he's trying to rewrite the First Amendment and claim that it's freedom. Yes, we are so pro-freedom that we are going to force our religion down your throat. Look at how much we love freedom, guys. Look how much we love freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Look how much we love the Constitution, even though we didn't actually read it. We're literally pretending that the First Amendment does not exist as written. I have the First Amendment. In fact, I'm using the First Amendment to explain the First Amendment. Meta. It's Meta. No, and not the crappy company. Here's what it says. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. Well, there's your freedom right there. The government cannot prohibit you from exercising your religious, beliefs and your freedom. That's great. We all believe in that. Or the press or the right of the people to peaceably assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. A lot of these things, by the way, all these things, Republicans have tried to actually stop you from doing. Weird. But we're pro-freedom, everybody. Pro-freedom. Now, nothing in that, by the way, nothing in the First Amendment says or suggests that Christianity should be part of the government. In fact, it actually says the opposite. There are no references to God anywhere in the Constitution. None. None. Yet. And you know why, by the way? You know why there are no references to it? Because the Founding Fathers were opposed to centralized religious power, as well as forcing people to believe in certain religions, or any religion. In fact, President Thomas Jefferson wrote in his 1776 Virginia Statute for Religious Freedom that, quote, setting up their own opinions and modes of thinking as the only true and infallible, and as such endeavoring to impose them on others, hath established and maintained false religions over the greatest part of the world and through all of time, and that to compel a man to furnish contributions of money for the propagation of opinions which he disbelieves and abhors is sinful and tyrannical. So what Mike Pence is doing is being literally tyrannical. That's his view. Yeah, we're going to get people pro-religious freedom, which essentially manifests into, look at one of the so-called pro-religious freedom decisions from the Supreme Court that is celebrated as pro-religious freedom, and that's Dobbs. making sure that we strip millions of women, trans people, non-binary of their rights over their own bodies. That's pro-religious freedom to these people, to these a-holes. But there's more. In fact, he said, no man should be compelled to frequent or support any religious worship, place, or ministry whatsoever, nor shall be enforced, restrained, molested, or burthened in his body or goods. No, nor shall any otherwise suffer on account of his religious opinions or belief, but that all men shall be free to profess and by argument to maintain their opinions in matters of religion, and that the same shall in no wise diminish, enlarge, or affect their civil capacities. So, doing, again, what Pence and his Christian nationalist friends, also known as Nazis, want, in Jefferson's view, would be an infringement of natural rights. President James Madison, here's his statement on this. Quote, the settled opinion here is that religion is essentially distinct from civil government and exempt from its cognizance, that a connection between them is injurious to both, that there are causes in the human breast. Always funny when they bring that up, but okay, but I mean, enough of that.
Sexual anarchy.
Okay. Which ensure the perpetuity of religion without the aid of the law. Madison also explained that in an 1819 letter, noting that a legal establishment of religion without a toleration could not be thought of, and with toleration is no security for public quiet and harmony, but rather a source itself of discord and animosity. You want to talk about bringing the country together, right? Well, or I should say, lack of bringing the country together. When we talk about division, Republicans are always talking about, Democrats are so divisive. Literally trying to force everyone into your religion is divisive, because then everybody believes in your religion. Not everybody should have to be forced to believe in your religion. That's the whole point of the country, so that you don't have to believe in this religion or believe whatever religion you want. That's literal freedom. Do whatever you want. That said, there's more. Benjamin Franklin argued in 1780 that any religion that seeks to impose itself is simply bad. Well, I mean, I can't disagree with that and the very plain language there. Yes, it's true. And there it is. What you have here is Mike Pence being a liar, an authoritarian, and an absolute cowardly human being.
Mike Pence.
Again, let's, by the way, let me address this final lie that the left actually wants to scrap religion. I'm not asking to completely eliminate or destroy religion. No, I don't care what your religion is. Most of the left doesn't either. I don't care what you do in your own home, your church, so long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. As long as you can, and as long as you stay away from government. That's the whole point. Churches, or the whole reason that churches are not taxed, that they're tax exempt, because they're not supposed to be preaching religion from the pulpit. Now, what has the right wing done? They have started preaching religion and government from the pulpit. So, or preaching politics from the pulpit. That's what they've been doing. So yeah, of course, that's a problem. You're not supposed to do that. That's why you don't pay taxes. Fine. I think, okay, look, if you do want to preach politics from the pulpit, that's fine. Then you got to pay. You got to pay. You pay your taxes. That's it. We're not going to give you special treatment. If you're going to act in a political, capacity, then you should pay to play. That's it. But look, that said, the government obviously shouldn't be in your church, and your church shouldn't be in the government. That's the way it's supposed to work. That's the way this country was set up by the founders. But you have Christian nationalists like Mike Pence, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert. They don't believe in our way of government. They don't believe in it. And by the way, you could also make the argument that they don't believe in their own religion. If they did, why would they need to, feel the need to force people into it? I mean, if you actually believed in a God, well, any real God wouldn't need the government to force people to believe in it. That religion, would they? Would they? Do they believe that their God is so weak and so, feckless that they need the power of government, the power of the gun to step in on that, God's behalf to force you to believe in that God? Christians, do you believe that your God is this weak? Well, apparently right-wing authoritarian Christians do. The Christian nationalists, they believe or they agree with Mike Pence. But everyone else, I'm asking you, do you agree with him? Or do you think Mike Pence is full of crap? Is your God powerful and strong and can stand on their own? Or are they weak and need the people in the government to force everyone else into their religion? Make up your mind. Make up your mind.